A very happy day to everybody. I'm Dr. Amjad Razal. I'm the Director of Business Operations for Krishnavini Talent Schools and Rainbow Group of Schools. So today I'm very happy to come online and take a session on innovating pedagogy for excellence in education. First of all, let me thank Mr. Rajiv and his team from Entab. They have provided me this opportunity to speak to the people, especially during these unprecedented times. They are doing an amazing job by engaging all the educators, education leaders from different parts of the country in these live sessions. And they are spreading the positive message and the message from the education experts to all the people across the country and the globe. So basically, Entab is an IT company which has got association with nearly 1,500 schools across the country. They have also got Education Magazine, which I can tell you is a kind of resource uh, to the teachers and education leaders. They can treasure that magazine, they can read out the articles, and they can try to develop the strategies, the schools, by reading out the beautiful messages given by the different writers. So that is an amazing thing that Entab team is doing, and they have been doing since many years. And I wish Mr. Rajiv and his team all the best for the future after this lockdown. And I think that Entab is going to be one of the best platforms for all the educators and education leaders to spread the message and to spread positivity about education, about the new innovation that should happen and should take place in schools. So basically, what I'm going to do in this session, as you know the topic, this is all about innovating pedagogy for excellence in education. Let me brief you in the beginning itself. I have divided this topic into two segments. The first segment is about innovating pedagogy, okay? And the second segment is all about excellence in education. So for both, I'm going to spend nearly 10 to 12 minutes or 15 minutes each. So in the first segment, I will only talk about pedagogy, innovating pedagogy, and in the second segment, I will be talking about excellence in education and what exactly should be, happening in schools to achieve excellence in education. And let me ask my viewers that if you have got any question on pedagogy, on innovating pedagogy, or excellence in education, the live chat is always open for you. I will be reading out your questions, and by the end of the session, or when I'm done with my explanation, I will be talking to you and I will be explaining or answering your questions, which you must have or you might ask in the live chat. And if there are some specific questions regarding my explanation, if I use some term or something which is not clear, you can use the public chat, the live chat, and you can raise your questions and I will answer your questions immediately. So let me start by saying that, especially in India, when it comes to innovation, there is a lot happening in major cities, and such innovation is also found in some of the towns and villages as well, where the teachers are finding resources from Google, resources from YouTube. They're trying to connect themselves with the experts of the industry, and they're finding out ways to improve their style, their schools, and try to achieve excellence in their schools. So, first of all, if I begin, what is exactly meant by innovation? We all know the meaning of innovation, right? Innovation simply means the creation of a better or more effective products or processes technologies, or ideas that are widely accepted by the people, and those are basically the solutions to the problems that we may face in our life, in the career, or in our company, or wherever we work. So by these innovations, we simplify the tasks, and our life, our career, our company, or whatever we do, okay, everything becomes simple. So bring out something new which is helpful to the people. That is basically innovation. So this is all about one thing. The second thing is about pedagogy. If you ask me what is exactly meant by pedagogy, I will tell you that you must have watched a movie, Three Idiots, right? The movie we all loved, especially the teachers from all across the world. They watched that movie and they loved the kind of message they have provided in that. So, in that, there is a simple message which is very powerful. You must be remembering that Amir Khan, when he tries to teach the students in front of his director, the director scolds him. The director asks him, "Is this the way you teach?" Then Amir Khan says, "Sir, I'm not teaching you what to teach. You know that better than me. But I'm teaching you how to teach." In Urdu, if I say, or in Hindi, if I say, "Padhate kaise?" that simply means pedagogy. How we must teach the students, how we must teach the children at the school, the art of teaching, the study of teaching, and the science of teaching is all about pedagogy. So in schools, when you see that teachers, okay, they're doing an amazing job trying to find out better ways to improve their pedagogy. Okay, like I said, the science of teaching is pedagogy. It is an art. So the teachers are artists, right, in that particular way. So if I combine these two words, innovating pedagogy, now what exactly we must try to find out from the meaning? That simply means the teachers, they have to find out some new techniques, some new strategies, some new methods, and some new ways and new scope for the challenges they're facing at the schools with the children. Okay, the kind of new, finding out something new, the discovery. Okay, it's all about innovation, innovating pedagogy. So this is one area where a lot of research has already happened, and it's been happening, but it should not stop the educators in India. Okay, we have to find out something more about this. Okay, we cannot sit thinking that we have done a great job, that we found new strategies, it's all over. No, every day is a new challenge, and each and every time the teacher goes to the classroom, it's a new challenge, it's a new thing for the teachers. That is why the teachers, they're supposed to find out new methods, because each and every year the students are different, the way they learn is different, it's all about that. So I'll give you an example here. There are two types of teachers. The first teacher, okay, she is a teacher of grade 3, and she goes to the classroom and she is a science teacher. Okay, what she does in the classroom, I'm giving an example of a common teacher. Okay, the teacher who thinks that she knows everything, and the teacher who thinks that she has got enough experience and expertise that she can no longer find out new methods, or she doesn't have to innovate the pedagogy. Okay, so the first thing here, what the teacher does, the teacher goes to the classroom. She is teaching about animals. Okay, just an example, animals. What she does, she tries only 2 or 3 ways to teach. She doesn't bother about learning styles. She doesn't bother about learning tools. She is not concerned about learning objectives. Okay, for her, content teaching is more important. Skills, she is not bothered about that. Okay, there is no grouping configuration in the classroom. All students are there sitting on the chair, and the teacher is in front of them. It's only about lecturing. Okay, that goes. And what happens? There is no assessment of learning, a proper assessment in the classroom itself. Okay, there are no teaching aids also. So the teacher goes to the classroom, she opens out the textbook, and she reads out and explains everything. This is the most common way. And if she tries to be different, what she does, she tries to show some photos or some images which are already there in the textbook, or she may show some other photos. Okay, it's all about the second way. But the third method, or the third way of teaching animals, the topic animals, if you ask those teachers, they may start scratching their head, right? So this is one example of being common teachers, the non-innovative teachers. Okay, now I'm giving you an example of innovative teachers. What do they do differently in the classroom? Okay, so the first thing is they are more concerned about learning objectives. They are completely bothered about learning objectives. They take all the learning tools with them to the classroom, like teaching aids, learning tools, everything. Whatever she prepares for the class, that is completely based on the learning styles of students. There is a proper grouping configuration so that she can cater different types of learners at a time, which is possible. And the proper assessment of learning happens in the classroom. So whatever she teaches in the classroom on animals topic, now what is innovation here? Okay, now I have given the example of one teacher who is non-innovative. She is just going to the classroom without preparation, without having any teaching aids or tools or whatever. The second teacher here, she is going with all preparation, learning objectives, learning tools, teaching tools, assessment is also there, and grouping configuration is also happening. So everything is present. So what this innovative teacher does, she teaches the lesson by showing the photos, the first way. It's all about that. The second way, the teacher may take the children to the zoo. Okay, possible, right? That the schools will never, the principals will never stop the teachers to take the children to the zoo, because learning happens from that as well, right? When the children see the animals, they learn directly by seeing. Okay, the third thing is about role play. The teacher does a kind of role play in the classroom. Okay, the fourth way, maybe the teacher may ask the students to prepare charts or something. Okay, or the teacher may give them some supplementary materials and ask the students to make something like art and craft. Art is also integrated. So using art, the teacher is teaching animals. Okay, so just like this, there are different methods. I have given you example only four. I've given only four examples in this, the four methods. But the innovative teachers, if you are an innovative teacher, I'll ask you, are these the only four ways to teach animals differently? No, right? If you are an innovative teacher, you will try to find out another way, another method, keeping the learning styles of students in your mind, and the learning experiences of students, their background experiences also. So there may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different ways to teach. It's an example of animals, and these animals, the topic animals, can be taught in many ways. So what are those many ways? The teachers have to find out. Okay, by doing research, by talking to the people, finding out on internet, browsing, and experimenting. At this point of time, I'm going to tell you one thing. Like, we know scientists, what do? They experiment. They use their knowledge, they experiment. Okay, and they try to find out something new, they try to innovate, they try to invent something, right? The teachers are pedagogical scientists. There are scientists. Yeah, in the live chat, I just read that there are many other ways, like you can use AR, VR, virtual reality, and all those stuff also, if you are going to teach animals. That's true. I appreciate all the good suggestions you given in the live chat. So what I was telling, the teachers are the pedagogical scientists. That is the true meaning of innovating pedagogy. What do they do and why are they called pedagogical scientists? Because they're trying new techniques, they're trying new methods, they're trying to find out new ways. Okay, they are trying to find out solutions to the new challenges. Okay, the teacher who is teaching in grade 3 for 4 years or 5 years, if you ask that teacher, in each and every year there will be different kinds of students. Even though you say that basically they're all about different learners, you can categorize them, but still in each and every year there will be always something different. So the teachers, what do? They are pedagogical scientists, and what do? They innovate and they invent new techniques, new strategies, new methods, just to become experts in education, in teaching. So that is a simple definition of being or doing having this innovating pedagogy. And how that happens, what is the process? Okay, the teachers have to self-reflect. Self-reflection is very important. That should happen immediately after every period, every day, every week, every month, every year. Self-assessment is the second thing. The teacher assesses her skills. The teacher who is teaching to grade 3 for 5 years, in each and every year, the teacher has to assess her skills, how effectively she is teaching and how good or how excellent she is as a teacher. Okay. Then the third thing, if I say peer observation, this peer observation happens in almost all the schools where one subject teacher observes the class of the other subject teacher. Okay, and sometimes it can be the other subject also. It's not a problem when there are close connections, especially in lower classes. Some teachers are home teachers. One teacher teaches nearly 3 or 4 subjects. So peer observation is very useful. It's a very effective tool that teachers must utilize that to innovate their pedagogy. Now the fourth thing is about observation by the principal. As soon as the principal observes the class, I'm sure the principals, they observe the class once in a month for one particular teacher, and some principals must be doing that more often. So immediately after the observation, the teacher must meet the principal and ask what are the areas she should improve. Not completely based on appreciation. When somebody says you are an excellent teacher and we are flattered, like, wow, I'm an amazing teacher. Now there is no need of innovating pedagogy. I'm an excellent teacher. This should not be the case. If you are an innovative teacher, you will self-reflect. You also do the self-assessment, and you are always trying to find out something new. Okay, so that is all about this. And the third thing, observation by the student. This is also an effective tool. The teachers must ask the students indirectly or in any way where the teacher, if she's bothered about her self-respect or something, if that is a concern. So observation by the students is also a great effective method that the teachers can change their thing. And this self-reflection, self-assessment and observation and whatever, the process, okay, this should happen once in a week, which is mandatory. The teacher who does this self-assessment or self-reflection, she doesn't have to wait for the principal to call her to the office. Okay, I can give you example. There was a teacher, she used to meet the principal once in a month compulsorily, voluntarily, and ask the principal about what should I improve. And the principal was so happy, saying that this teacher is trying to be different. Okay, so that is one way of doing this. Okay, now I'm moving to the next segment, which is all about excellence in education. I said this in the beginning, that in this live session I have 2 segments. The first is all about pedagogy, innovating pedagogy, and the second is all about excellence in education. So I'm now going to talk about excellence in education, then I'll show you how these two are interlinked and how effectively it can happen. So the first thing, how to achieve excellence in education. We know what is excellence in education, right? So the first simple thing is we have to be focused on learning objectives. Okay, those learning objectives are achieved regularly, each day, each week, each month, because the people who have written the book, the curricular book, okay, there are curricular objectives from that particular book. Okay, then there are learning objectives. The teachers, they go through the book, find out from this particular lesson what are the things the child is learning, the child should learn. So the learning objectives must be achieved. Now the second question is about whether the teacher should focus on skills or the content. So innovative teachers, they focus on skill development. They don't focus on content completion, right? They try their level best to achieve the skills. Okay, achieve the skills of the students, and at the same time they also improve their teaching styles and teaching process. The third thing, the kind of assessment that happens in the class, in the school, like basically, if I say in short, there are three types of assessment basically. One is assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. So all these three types of assessment are happening in the classroom effectively by the teacher. Okay, it can be an oral assessment or in writing, it's not a problem. Then the fourth important thing, the academic commentary of the students, which is very, very important, my dear viewers, my dear people, my dear educators. What is meant by academic commentary? I'll give an example here. 4 years back, I went to my sister's school. I'm giving the true example, from my life, from my experiences. She was a student at that time at a school. I saw some errors in her answer sheets, and it was immediately after the examination. So when I met the teacher was telling me that your sister is amazing, she is good. I asked her, what do you mean by good? What are the areas she is good at? The teacher started smiling. The teacher started smiling. The teacher said, she's good. So I said, what are the areas she is good? And what are the areas she is not good at? Can you tell me? So the teacher was not having any answer. So what should happen? I'm giving you the solution to this problem. This problem may be prevalent in almost, I can tell you, in many schools, where the teachers don't have the habit of writing commentary of the students, about the academic performance of the students. Okay, so this commentary is about the student, how he is studying, how he is learning, and how he should improve. Okay, basically in the report card we see the remark as good, satisfactory, and excellent, blah blah blah. If you ask the teachers, what do you mean by good, what do you mean by very good, what do you mean by excellent, they will not have any answer, because we have limited to that particular remark. Okay, and we have got the concept of good in our mind, which we are not able to express. So here what should happen, the teachers, they should write at least 10 to 15 sentences about each and every student, or at least 5 or 6 sentences if the teacher thinks that that will be enough, from each and every assignment, each and every test, how the child performed before the test and how the child performed after the test. That should be documented. Like I can give you the example, when you go to police station, the famous police station, whichever it may be, if you ask the police officer to take out the documents from 20 years back or 30 years back, they will be able to show you that document. If they have got the storeroom there, they will definitely bring it out. So documentation is all about this. Okay, in the schools also, we are writing all about a child's performance. The child is not a criminal, please don't get me wrong, and we don't have to write all negatives. We are only writing about we are only writing about the child's academic performance, how he is studying and how he has performed in the assessment. So in the beginning, what the child does, the teacher writes 10 sentences from 1 month. So if you see, after each and every assessment, by 1 year there will be nearly like 50 or 60 or 100 sentences of one child, right? Now please take the example. If you say that the child has spent 5 years at the school. When you visit the school and ask, how is my child? The principal, the teachers, they will be able to show you the document saying that this year, this is how your child performed, and this year, this is how your child is performing. There will be the written proof of academic performance, and that will convince the parent at the time, and also the principal and everybody. So in between, maybe in the during the third year or fourth year, if any new teacher joins, she will not have any difficulty in finding out what the child is really good at. The new teacher will immediately take the document, read out about the child, because in 5 years there are nearly 500 sentences about a child. Possible, right? It is possible. So there are 500 sentences. Any education leader or any random, you say, inspector, whoever, the parent or anyone can visit the school, read out about the child. All it covers all the areas. Okay, both the understanding of the child, the cognitive development of the child, and all the other areas, physically and all. So that will be the written proof to state that we are bothering about excellence in education, because new teachers will find out that teachers, the students, this is where they are good at and this is where they are not good at. Okay, so that is one way, academic commentary, which is very important. Okay, and the the extra support the school should provide to the parents. Basically, the students who are not performing well enough, there is a kind of reinforcement happening at the school. And for the parents also, there are some parenting classes, especially to make them aware that when you go back to when the child comes back to house, this is how you are supposed to teach, help the child. Okay, so that is all about parenting. It is another big area where we need a lot of research, and there are many topics in that. Particularly the system at the school. Okay, if I talk about the system should be based on completely skill development, that we are bothering about skill development. Okay, we are focusing on that. The second thing, we are catering the multiple intelligence of the students. Okay, and the third thing, we are bothered about the learning styles of the students. The system of the class, the system of the school should be basically all this. So when we take care of, you say, learning objectives, and we try to achieve all those learning objectives, when we bother about the skill development, not content completion. The third thing, about the academic commentary of students for all the years. Okay, and support. The fifth point is about the system. When we try to focus on these five areas, okay, I think that will create a culture of the school, the culture of excellence. Okay, we say that we are developing a kind of culture at schools, right? So that culture of the schools should be the culture of excellence. Okay, whoever visits the school as a teacher or as a leader or as a parent, they will find out this is the best uh, image of the school. There is a culture of excellence here. Okay, and in schools, basically, the very valid point, if I say, which helps in achieving the excellence in education, when it comes to holistic development, when you see this on their websites and their introductory lines, you will see that they'll write holistic education. So the in reality, holistic education, what we basically focus is, we focus on cognitive development of students, knowledge, and physical. But there are other areas as well, right? The third thing is, we are developing the social development, some activities, and the culture of the school is in such a way that everybody feels appreciated. Okay, no matter whatever background they belong to. So we have to focus on that as well. Emotional development, where student feels secure to share their points, to learn, to study from all teachers and everybody. And the lastly, the creative development of students. Okay, when we focus primarily on achieving holistic development or holistic success, that will also make us achieve the culture of excellence at the school, which is going to be a primary aspect for the schools to succeed in the future. Because I'm from Hyderabad, if I say, and I can give an example, that if there are 1,000 schools in Hyderabad, just an example, there may be more than that or maybe less than that. Out of 1,000 schools, only 100 schools or 200 schools, if they are following this, the culture of excellence, the points that I made earlier, they will only be able to succeed in the future. All the other schools, since they have not utilized these innovation or new strategies in the schools, they are only going to be limited with limited students. They are not going to achieve success, or they are not going to succeed in the future. This is a challenge, because when we talk about holistic development, and when we talk about, you say, artificial intelligence or technology and all this stuff, okay, 10 years back or 15 years back or 20 years back, okay, the teachers, the excellent teachers, they already started implementing the new strategies, and now they have come to a certain level of excellence, I can tell you. Okay, now when we say that artificial intelligence or something new is going to come in schools, and I can give an example of a school here. When I visited so many seminars and conferences all across the country, everywhere I heard that artificial intelligence is going to replace the teachers. That was a tall claim, but now I'm telling you, if you see Indus International School, I don't belong to Indus, but this is something I must appreciate. Indus International School of Bangalore, okay, they have developed a robot, okay, which is helping the teachers in teaching. So the robot is not going to replace the teachers fully and completely. There is a teacher in the classroom, and there is AI also, artificial intelligence. So the students are getting great knowledge with the help of the teacher, and also the robot in the classroom. So technology is going to help us simplify our worries and simplify our styles and techniques in the future. So one must upgrade their skills and focus on skill development and all the other areas that I have mentioned in the this thing. So lastly, if I say the attributes of the learners at the school, the qualities of the students who pass out from the schools, so that should be they are passionate about their career, because excellence education is linked with career also, career satisfaction. Okay, so whatever we teach the students in the classroom, in the school, they are passionate about their learning, and they're passionate about their future. Okay, they have got clear vision about their future, what they are supposed to do and what they are going to do. The second thing, they are responsible, they become responsible citizens of the country. Okay, the third thing, they are confident about their performance, confident about their career, and they're happy with that. Reflective, they always reflect on their career, their new strategies, new learning, and they try to become better citizens of the country. They are innovative. Okay, they are committed to a cause. And lastly, they are always engaged with the people in the development of the society, development of the community, and the development of the entire nation. Basically, if I say development of the nation is basically, it is on our shoulders. Last point, if I say in this session, because now that the time is running out, the teachers are basically the future creators. Now I'm 27 years old, you may be of certain age. So whoever is watching me and whoever may hear me or see me, I'm telling you frankly, to all the educators and leaders, we are creating our future. How? Because what we teach our students, if we do not achieve excellence in education now by innovating pedagogy at schools, okay, then definitely, the students who are lacking in excellence in education, I don't think they are going to bring some innovative solutions to the problems that we may face in the future, the challenges that we may face in the future. So The students who have achieved excellence in education, they have done something amazing now. We are seeing their innovations, we are seeing their different inventions, okay, has which have simplified our life, which have simplified our work, right? So the same way we are creating our future. We are creating a kind of, after 10 years or 20 years, my students will be the leaders, your students will be the leaders, right, in different walks of life, in IT or in education sector or in government sector or wherever our students are going to lead. So how do you expect your time after 10 years from now or 20 years from now? If you think about that you should enjoy and have a happy life, then you have to do something now with the students. We have to do something now with the students. So this is all about from innovating pedagogy and for excellence in education. I think this is the time I quickly answer some of the questions before I end the session. I ask and I request all the people who are watching me, please subscribe to this channel, Entab Campus Care. They are doing an amazing job in these unprecedented times. They are engaging the students, the teachers, and their educators from different walks of life, different uh, areas and cities of the country, in learning something new, in discovering something new, and doing something new. So my hats off to the team. So I'm quickly going through the questions that you must have asked me during the session. So there is a question from Mr. Sri Hanuman. What teachers have to do when a student has gone in depression? So it's all about counseling. It comes under counseling, and counseling is a department. Is a separate department. So as CBSE and in international schools, they keep a counselor, a particular counselor at the school. The principal and the teachers, sometimes they can also do the counseling, but they are not the experts, right? So you have to hire a counselor at the school, and the counselor will do the rest. Okay, the counselor will identify why the child is into depression, how he should improve, how he should overcome from it, and how he should do better in his school, in his education. So it's all about counselor at the school. If you do not have a counselor at the school, you can ask any counselors. There are freelance counselors available, or the counselor from the other schools. When you request them formally, they can pay a visit at your school, talk to the students. You can just have an agreement between you and the counselor that whatever he finds out at that school, that should be kept secret at that particular school, so that there is no sharing of uh, confidential matters between one school and the other school. So counselors are available. You can go ahead with the counselors. Or if you think you are not getting the counselor, then definitely you can also do some research and find out how to ask the students and how to identify why they are not performing good, why are they in depression. So counseling is all about that. This generation students were going in the web, dark internet. So, Mr. My request to Mr. Sri Hanuman is, so the students, if you think that they are going in the web of dark internet, basically it depends upon us and the parents. Okay, when the parents are continuously monitoring the students, their children, and how they are doing, what they're doing with the internet, I think it is not going to be a big problem. It is a limited problem to few people, because I don't think if the students from, you say, if you see the students in international schools, they are using technology and they are doing an amazing job. So technology is a very helpful tool for the students to learn. So there are some misuses also, but that doesn't stop all the students at one point of time, right? And there was another question from, do we have the institutions to train the teachers on various teaching methods? This question was asked by Kanagraj, Mr. Kanagraj. So I'll tell you, in India, if you check on internet, you will find lakhs and lakhs of people. There are people who develop the teachers. There are private companies like education companies. They go to the schools and they train the teachers. You can just Google about consultancies and training academies and all that stuff. Just like that, you will find out there are in India. Basically, I'm telling you, there are lakhs of people. And if you are an education leader, definitely some of them must have visited your school also, saying that this is how they will train your teachers, right? This is a very common thing. So I belong to a group where we have nearly 300 plus schools. So I'm the director of business operations there. And I'm telling you frankly, in 1 year, we meet nearly 10 to 15 people who different companies and different people who offer similar thing. So you will have those people available, but what you have to do that is some of them they try to charge huge amount for the very limited and simple content. So you have to get the curriculum, get their content, you have to review the content yourself before saying yes to any person. So once you verify the content and verify the curriculum, this is what they are going to teach or train your teachers. If you say that is good, then you can proceed with them, otherwise please ask them to leave. Pedagogy is one of the concerns in India today. Teachers are very good with topic knowledge, but it comes to delivery, majority struggles. How you tackle this concern in your organization? So, like I said when I was explaining how to innovate pedagogy, so basically the teachers are pedagogical scientists. They have to find out something new, new techniques and new strategies. So this kind of culture at the school, okay, among teachers should be created by the leaders, the principal and the management, where after 1 week or after 1 month, the management conducts a kind of review meeting with the teachers, how well the teachers have been teaching and how well they are performing. About it can happen, it can have self-assessment or assessment of teachers, or it can be on observation of teachers, the review of the principal about each and every teacher. By that, that is one way. So there are other ways also. So that one way will also be helpful to you when you think that the teachers can, you know, improve their pedagogy. Definitely pedagogy is a very important thing. And there is no thumb rule for defining pedagogy. There are several dynamics which make the pedagogy for an ideal for a particular situation. You are absolutely right. There is not only one way. There are many different other understanding and other methods, which we may use in the school to simplify the content, to simplify our pedagogy, to just to achieve excellence in education, where we are happy, the students are happy about their learning, and the parents are happy about the child's performance. The ultimate goal of our education must be to achieve that kind of happiness. We see that in the future of the students. Basically, if you see the happiness index of our country also, we stand at 140, 140th place. That means we have to do a lot, because that number has a primary role in the schools. When the teachers are doing their great job at the schools, then only we can do something better in happiness index. Everything is related to what we study at schools and how we are brought up, because we are the product of 10 years of schooling. If the product is good, the product can do something better in life, right? So the product has to be good. So I think I have to stop here because the time is exceeding. And like Mr. Rajiv has asked a question, what should be the role of a teacher in meeting the ideal differences? So the role of a teacher is to cater the different types of students. Basically, we categorize them into three, like visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners. Some may say 4, and some may say 7, and some may say 70. So whatever the teacher goes and teaches in the classroom, there are the teacher can there are 40 minutes. Please understand this. There are 40 minutes. So if the teacher is innovative, she will spend the time effectively with all types of learners, okay, because she is the primary person there, a primary educator. So she is focusing on visual learners. I gave you the example of animals as a topic. So the teacher, because the visual learners, they see and learn a lot, so the teacher gives them something kind of photos, or she may play some videos or something about differences of animals or something, which will help them. And whatever you have planned to teach, they'll get it within 10-15 minutes. You don't have to spend the next time just behind them and exaggerating things. Engage them in something else like coloring activity or something, the same animals. because it's all about visual again. They will be busy with that. Now you are focusing on auditory, because auditory is all about hearing and learning. They learn from the teacher as she's explaining everything. She may play some audio or video or whatever that will help that kind of students also. And the kinesthetic learners, when they like to do and learn, so that individual difference or those students will be having something to do in the class. They are given some charts or paper to make some art and craft, and use art and craft and learn animals. So that is also possible. So it depends on teacher how effectively she is engaging all the students. Okay, that is one. So I think this is, but many of such students were mainly focused on games and training style. To stop this, what teachers mainly do to make student focus on a goal? So he has asked another question, that if the students are bothered about, I think you are asking from the technological side. Okay, so it basically about on teachers, it depends on teachers. Okay, if I say I was at a school where I have seen that the teachers are using iPads, and the students have also got the iPads. Okay, so the teacher, all the iPads are connected to the teacher's iPad. So if she clicks on all the, if she can lock all the other applications which the students cannot use, should not use, automatically all those applications disappear from the iPad. Now I think it is available in the other company gadgets also. So when the teacher unlocks those applications, all the applications again reflect back, they come back. Even the student tries to find that application on App Store, he will not find that. So that is one way, but the other way is the teacher basically does all that. Yeah, if you're using an iPad device, so I can ask Mr. Rajiv, and I can share the link with you, because by using that link you will identify how to do that. How you can lock all the applications. The student, they can never find those applications, automatically it disappears. So no gaming, nothing. And what the teacher shows from her iPad, the exact screen will be there in their iPad, and wherever she is underlining or crossing out whatever, it will be just like that. So I'm going to stop the session now. I'm really, really thankful to all the people for their questions. And I'm really sorry that if I have not answered some of the questions, I will do that maybe in the coming sessions if Mr. Rajiv and the team from Entab, they allow me to take another session. So thank you, Mr. Rajiv, the team, the entire team, for giving me this opportunity to speak to the people, to the education leaders and education experts on innovating pedagogy for excellence in education. I think I have done some of my, I have done my job explaining briefly about what exactly it is. Basically, innovating pedagogy and excellence in education, these two are the major areas on which a lot of research is happening and has been happening since many years. And we as education leaders, we have to do a lot of research again. Okay, because lastly, if I say, I was talking about pedagogy, we all understood and we know what exactly pedagogy is. So in the coming session, if it is possible, I will talk about andragogy, which is not a new concept, but which is not known to the people. So what are the differences in that? I will explain that in the coming slides. Coming videos. Thank you for joining with me. Please do subscribe to this channel, Entab Campus Care. They are doing an amazing job in this time. And thank you, Mr. Rajiv and the team. Bye bye. Take care. See you in the next session. Jai Hind.